This is Nostell Priory. The house takes its name from a priory that was once near here and founded in the 12th century and dedicated to St. Oswald. After the dissolution, the priory was converted into a house known as Nostell Hall. The estate passed through a number of different owners, until it sold to George Wynne after the current owner had been fined £20,000 for supporting the Royalist cause during the Civil War. The Wynnes originally came from Wales and later became successful textile merchants in London. In fact, George's grandfather was drapier to Elizabeth I. With the restoration of the monarchy, George was granted a baronetcy, becoming the first baronet of Nostell. The third baronet started a new stable block, but the house we see today was started by the fourth baronet, who was called Rowland. He was only 16 when he inherited the estate in 1722, and he finished his education off in Geneva and then went on the Grand Tour for 2 years, finally returning to Nostell in 1727. He married Susanna Henshaw in 1729, who was a co-heiress of a Lord Mayor of London and a descendant of Sir Thomas More. Perhaps the memories of the architecture he had seen during his Grand Tour inspired him to create a new house on a much grander scale. He commissioned plans for this new house from the architect Colonel James Moyser. A 19-year-old James Payne was employed to conduct the building work in 1736 and was later given the full responsibility of the project, making many alterations to the original plans. When the fourth baronet died in 1765, the estate passed to his 26-year-old son, Rowland, who was now the fifth baronet. This new baronet employed Robert Adam to take over from Payne and complete the house. Adam completed or changed much of the interior decoration and also made alterations to the exterior of the house, the stables, and built the menagerie house. Thomas Chippendale was also employed to furnish the house, and you can still see 100 pieces attributed or by him at the house today. The fifth baronet was killed in a carriage accident in 1785, and both Adam and Chippendale still had unpaid bills at this point. The original priory land included farms and woodlands. A lot of it got turned into a deer park by previous owners, and the middle lake that we just passed there, it was the site of a medieval pond at one time or another. The menagerie house we're looking at now was built by Adam. It was the home of the menagerie keeper, and it was later used as a gardener's cottage. Now this area contained lots of exotic animals such as birds, monkeys, and a lioness, who was once featured at Pontefract Fair.